Welcome, NFL Week 2 preview. Andrew Williams, Tom Gozlowski, the biggest and best producers around.
Yeah.
And what we're going to get down to, if we missed Week 1, we apologize about that. But we're going to give you what to watch for, the key to victory predictions for your Bills, Jets, and Giants throughout the week. And we're going to kick it off with the Bills vs. Patriots, Ralph Wilson Stadium, Guinness World Records. What's the biggest thing you're looking for? What are you watching out for?
I'm trying to figure out who's going to be that skill guy for the Buffalo Bills to take over the game. We've had some people on our show this week talk about, yeah, the skill guys, Sammy Watkins, LaShawn McCoy, they have some potential, but it was a guy, Percy Harvin, who's one of the hardest guys to count on just to get out on the field, who had a lot of production for the Buffalo Bills. Can they find that one guy? They have the rookie Carlos Williams, who actually was the leading rusher for the Bills in Week 1. LaShawn McCoy sat out of practice yesterday. Can he be effective against the New England Patriot defense? Tyrod Taylor, let's not forget, it's just start number 2 for him in the National Football League. He needs someone to rely on. If they can find that skill guy, and I don't think it's going to be Scott Chandler. He's the guy who got in the end zone last week. Somebody on offense needs to make a big play, and that's going to be the difference in Bills-Patriots.
The thing I'm watching for is the $106 million man is back.
Yeah.
Darcel Darius is back, and his contribution to the team, biggest thing with Tom Brady, getting pressure on him. We've seen that. The Steelers couldn't do it last week, and he torched them. From there, you got to go that offense or that defensive line with Mario Williams. If they can sustain that, they can get to Tom Brady, get that pass rush going. Gronk isn't going to get those balls. Nobody's worried about their wide receivers. That's the thing. So that defensive front four, if they can get there, I think it's absolutely the Bills can go out and win this game. So what's your key to victory?
I think it's somehow trying to stop Gronk. Rex Ryan brought it up in a press conference this week that we're going to toss King Kong on Gronk and hope he can be the difference in the game. If someone can at least limit Gronk to 60 yards and try to keep him out of the end zone a bit, and like you said, Marcel Darius and company trying to get pressure on Tom Brady, that's the key to the game. Right now, Las Vegas only has the Patriots as a 1-point favorite, but I think the Bills, let's not forget, a 9-7 team last year. All the momentum's on their side. Buffalo fans are fired up. I think that's key. Stopping Gronk, which is easier said than done, can help the Buffalo Bills get the victory in Week 2.
My biggest thing is the running game. Like you said, Carlos Williams, man out of Florida State. Shady McCoy, we don't know how that hamstring is. He was out of yesterday's practice, of Wednesday's practice, and then now we don't know if he's 100%. Shady McCoy's got a history of being hurt, but if you get that ball going, Carlos Williams, man, he was running through that line last week.
I got to watch him. I got to cover him last year. I was in Syracuse. He played at Florida State. The dude was an absolute beast. And think about that backfield last year. They had Williams and also Dalvin Cook. Dalvin Cook, they're already talking about him as a Heisman Trophy contender. And they lost CJ Spiller, too. Of course, he was a good pick.
He was good.
And now, and being able to replace him, the Bills have something to do there with the running game. Even if it's just 60 to 80 yards apiece, that might be good enough in this game.
And it eases up the pressure off Tyrod Taylor. That's the thing. You want him to go out there and only throw 17 passes. 14 of 17, that's fine with me. 1 touchdown, 170-something yards, that's fine if you can get 120-plus yards out of both of your running backs. So, all right, Gozlowski, tell me, who do you think is coming out on top of this game?
All right, I'm going to take the Bills 20-17. Buffalo pushes their record to 2-0. I don't think they're going to break the Guinness World Record for the sound barrier. I think that's still going to stay the Arrowhead Stadium of the Kansas City Chiefs, but Bills 20, Patriots 17.
All right, I'm going with you.
All right.
The Bills are winning this game 28-27. I don't know about smart, but I'll go with the better bet right there. 28-27, the Bills bet. That's my pick right there.
Okay, first New York team in the books.
All right, next one we go to is the New York Giants, who has had some trouble, as we know, against the Atlanta Falcons, who pulled out the game Monday night against Philadelphia Eagles. We saw what happened to the Giants against the Cowboys, and mishaps, Eli Manning. What are you watching for in this game?
I'm trying to see who can stop those wide receivers on both ends. Julio Jones and Odell Beckham Jr. Julio Jones has sat out of practice the last 2 days for the Falcons. He looked phenomenal on Monday Night Football against the Philadelphia Eagles, caught 2 touchdowns, helped out my fantasy team, which is probably the most important of anything. But he sat out. Let's see if he can be 100% in this game. The same goes for Odell Beckham Jr. on the other side. Adam Schefter and others said the Atlanta Falcons, especially that defense, now led by the Seattle Seahawks former defensive coordinator, Dan Quinn, look better than any Falcon defense we can remember in recent memory. Can someone slow down Beckham Jr.? That's going to be the key. The 2 big playmakers on both sides. Who can have the bigger game? Maybe who gets to 100 yards might decide the winner in this game.
And I think the biggest thing I'm watching for is that defense. I'm going to go with defensive line again. I know it's cliche to keep going with that front four, but they don't have JPP.
No.
And we saw he's missing a couple fingers and just a tip a little bit. So we don't know when he's coming back. And that defensive front four was not getting the rushing attack it used to have. It's missing every year. It's lost players, whether it's Yor, whether it's Tuck, now it's JPP. You're losing these key people every year. Colin Jenkins can't get it done. Keelan can't get it done.
Right.
We've seen he's got Beeson. We don't know if he's even going to play. And we saw what happened Beeson last week. Probably want to let that Jason Witten touchdown get in because everybody knew without Des Bryant he's going to Jason Witten. So I think that front four has to do something. Or Matt Ryan's going to have all day. Julio Jones is going to have 300 yards receiving.
And that's the thing. If you push the Falcons to second and long, third and long, because that backfield for Atlanta is still very young. Tevin Coleman, the rookie out of Indiana. If you kind of slow him down a bit and push those to those long situations, then you can at least put that D-line in their comfort zone where you can pin back your ears a bit and go get Matt Ryan. Go get and make some plays and let out a leash a bit. But that's the key. Stopping that run game first on first and second down. The smaller backs, and the Giants could have some success there.
All right, so what is the key to victory for the New York Giants this week against the Falcons?
How about score a touchdown on offense? They didn't do that last week against the Dallas Cowboys. Can somebody get in the end zone? Try to find some consistency, whether it's Rashad Jennings getting more touches out of the backfield, whether it's Eli Manning just slowing down the tempo a bit. I know Giants fans would have loved for that to happen in the fourth quarter last week. But try to find a rhythm on offense. Still early in the year, but if they can do that, that can lead the Giants to victory. If Atlanta continues to pressure and look good as they did in week 1 defensively, that's going to go Atlanta. Whoever